Hi Sagittarius, this is my face. How is everyone doing today? I'm doing pretty great. It's a beautiful day. I had an early appointment this morning, so I'm just getting to it now. And, let's check out the vibe. So, breaking free is here, Sag. What are you breaking free of? You're breaking free of something. And it could just be, because we are Sagittarians, we love our freedom. And maybe you're just feeling bogged down, Acceptance, love, awareness. Well, there is something here too about finding stuff out. Isn't there always? But on the bottom, there's waiting, dive deep, and mystery is reversed. So I do kind of feel like you're taking yourself out of a situation, if that makes sense to you. If it doesn't, you're just like breaking free of some things that might be holding you back. Because here we have acceptance and release judgment. So there's a situation, possibly, that you're not happy with. And it feels like it's someone else or something someone else is doing. We haven't clarified any of this with the tarot yet. You're kind of accepting the situation and releasing judgment is, I feel like in this case, because, anybody can say what they want to, but Sagittarius are judgy. We are. That is like one thing that we struggle with. And I feel like there's always something that each sign struggles with. And, it might be a little unexpected. Like, for instance, Libra is seen as very compassionate. And they are, but they also have this energy of putting on a show, because Libra actually struggles with empathy. And, Geminis can't make a decision. Welcome to Gemini season. But that's what, this is kind of like, it is what it is. I'm not going to say what I think about it anymore. That's what, and maybe you did, like, we'll see, because tarot is all exposing, but you may have tried to help someone with something or some sort of way they are or whatever, and now you're just like, you know what, you want to be like that, that's what it is. And that's your within. That's what's going on within, because this is the within without message, right? Within is what's going on inside, without is what's going on around you. And what's going on around you is interesting, because I feel like it's still about you, because your world is expanding. Expansion is here. You're being asked to believe in possibilities, right? And to stop playing it safe. Okay, so maybe you're really supposed to try something new. Take a chance. Yeah, and here's what's interesting. Oh my gosh, look at this, Sag. Oh gosh. Sometimes these cards just give me a chill. They're stuck in lack and jump in right underneath that. So this does come up like quite often for Sagittarius. We hate the idea of being broke. I think everyone does, but if there's anything that stops us from taking chances, even though, as an energy, the Sagittarius zodiac embraces change. But I'm not so sure that we instigate the change. You know, I feel like it's because we're so adaptable, right? Because we're the alchemist. We can look at situations that are a little crappy and just make the best of it, right? We're great at that. But I don't think a lot of the times we instigate the change. I think instigating the change is hard for us, and people can look at that as non-committal. I look at it as we're totally committed, because with everything, once we're in, we're in. And we know this, and so, you know, getting back out can be a little more complicated. And I feel like, you know, you may think that you can't do this, and whatever this chance is that you're thinking about taking, it is going to expand your world. And that's a good thing, because if we don't believe in possibilities, and sometimes when we play it safe and we don't do things, we don't try things we want to, it hurts more than trying and failing, because we start to lose our belief in possibilities, in limitlessness, right? I said what I said. So what you're receiving, balance is here. Uh-oh. Something is balancing out. You are receiving good news. So we're going to want to know what that's about, right? Relationships. So this is any of your relationships. Could be friendships, family, co-workers. You decide. Someone is wanting a second chance with you. Of course. Someone's wanting a second chance. And when I was doing all of these messages for the curveball yesterday, one of the things that had shown up was a friend wanting to come back. Okay, so I will clarify it here with the tarot, and probably also look at it in the extended. This person's a quiet person, okay? It says shy one, but they're quiet and they're afraid, because truth is here reversed. Not a good look. Not a good look, because what that means is that there are some things they don't want in the open. Oh, maybe some truths they don't want to tell. And that is the thing that keeps them from approaching the second chance. Make a choice is here. Ooh, some of you may even have a shot with someone at work. It says dating a coworker. Ooh, 2 hearts connected. All right. And you may find out about this person through dreams, but you might have more than one option here. But definitely one of them is a coworker. And then on the bottom here, very interesting, there seems to be someone you had an ending with. It may be this person, but it's a very tricky thing, because this person is probably keeping their feelings from you, staying hidden, doesn't really talk to you. But this is someone that you went back and forth in terms of what your relationship was. You may have done this more than once, where you're friends, you're lovers, you're friends, you're lovers, you're friends, you're lovers. I do feel like this person wants to change things between you. Okay, so like I said, that could be the reconciliation person, or it could be, and it's interesting because I feel in that situation, that was a situation where neither one of you could let go. Even though you kind of went back and forth on what the relationship was. Ugh, I feel attacked by that too. I think we all have one of those people. But I'm not going to look more at that. I will keep that for the extended as well. Yes. That like a cliffhanger. So let me know in the comments if any of y'all are like what you're binging on TV, because I am right now I'm super into 911. Grey's Anatomy had a really great season finale, and The Handmaid's Tale, but I didn't see this week's episode yet. So, okay, on the bottom here, Queen of Wands. Telling, Page of Wands. The Ten of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles. I feel like some of you are struggling. And I feel like what you're struggling with is wanting to do something that's just for you and on your own. And Page of Wands, something new, something that doesn't have any guarantees. But you're kind of... You're stuck between taking a chance that is probably risky and being the responsible one because you have other people to think of. Ten of Pentacles. You know, but the thing is that the opportunity for this isn't going to stick around super long. So I can see how that's a hard decision, right? Sure is, but let's look at all these energies and see what we see. I was just thinking of Iggy Azalea's song because I wanted to say first things first. So, and then all of a sudden it started coming through my mind. So I don't know if it means something, but first things first, I'm the realist. Okay, Sag. Enough of this silliness, right? Because I feel like what you're breaking free, there's a lot happening here in terms of this thing that you want to do, or this path you want to travel, this thing you want to try, that is a little impulsive, but makes you really excited, but you feel like you have too many obligations to other people. I feel like this is still here. And breaking free, you're breaking free of some constraint here, okay? So the King of Wands is here with the Five of Pentacles reversed. So maybe there was a money situation that, you know, like maybe money was a problem. It's no longer a problem. You're breaking free of that. It could be that this King of Wands is helping you and making you, maybe even making you see that it's not a problem. Because what we're seeing here is they're saying, you know, you can do whatever. It's only you that's keeping you here, which is the Eight of Swords, which is really true. That's about being locked in your brain. They're saying that, you know, this issue is not an issue. So, yeah. The situation you're accepting. Now, this could be a child. It could be one of your children. Or just someone you know. Because there's just someone here. And you have tried to help, but they just, Page of Cups reversed. They won't grow up. It's like a little Peter Pan syndrome. And they're so... It being here with the Ace of Wands, usually the Ace of Wands is such a great card, right? It usually is. But in this case, it's like, it feels like this person does things without thinking, goes from one thing to another. Ace of Wands is very much about that, you know. And they may be one of those people who romanticizes things, you know, has a poor sense of reality. And, you know, it can also represent you in terms of, you know, moving forward. But let's see, what's this Ace of Wands about? What's the Ace of Wands about for Sag? The High Priestess. Whoever this person is, they don't know what they're doing. They don't, because they just do. They just go. This just feels like, and it doesn't feel like it's someone who's malicious or nothing like that, but they just act without thinking. And I mean, no one knows the consequences of that better than the Sagittarius. We could preach to people all day about that, because we have that in us naturally, and often we do that. That's part of our self-sabotage, you know. So, but no matter how you try to help this person, they're not listening. And you know, you see that now. You know, this is also you. This is what you know. They're just going to do what they're going to do, and nothing you say is going to, like, you might say to this person, nah, is that really wise? Should you be doing that? And they're like, I'm doing it. You know, and your world is getting ready to expand if you let it. There is a need here for whatever this next move is, a really good one. So even though this comes up as the Page of Wands, whatever this new thing is, it's not a bad idea. It's actually a good idea. You know, and you think it's going to require courage of you, because like I said before, you think you have time, but there's not going to be time. You know, and I kind of feel like this is very much a jump in thing. And maybe this is something that you do. Like when some change comes up, or you're being led to take a chance, what you do is kind of isolate yourself to really think about whether things. But maybe that often stops you from taking chances. And this is what this energy is trying to move you beyond. You know, it's like, just do it. You know, like, one thing could happen, but it could be the greatest thing. So in terms of this good news is that this is the same thing. I don't know what this thing is you're thinking about doing. It could be a trip, because we know the Page of Wands is basically a road, you know, an idea, a path, in which you're very excited about. And you're getting good news here that balance things out, that work something out, right? Eight of Cups and the Queen of Wands. I feel like you're doing it. Whatever it is, I feel like you're doing it. You know, I don't know. I mean, I kind of want to see more about the Eight of Cups. It may mean walking, like, the Eight of Cups usually is having nothing left to give something, right? But, you know, she is walking towards the sun. She's walking away from the fire towards the sun. So it is like the world is opening up. The Eight of Cups is such an interesting card, actually. So tell me more about the Eight of Cups here. Knight of Wands. Oh my God, you're so doing it, Sag. So doing it. You're following your passions here. Four of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. And the truth is if you feel like you don't have enough resources to do this, there's a Queen of Pentacles wanting to help you, or there is someone that you can go to for help, and they do. Four of Wands. That's celebration. That's 1111, which is great changes, we know. And with the Queen of Swords and the Seven of Swords, you may be like just hesitating for asking someone who may be a mother figure or something like that for help, but they're going to say yes. So, so maybe that's the answer you need. Like, they're going to say yes. And so finally, we're going to go over the relationship of it all. Specifically, this person who wants to come back. Because we need to know, Sag. We need to know. So let's get the answers. I'm trying to make it so I guess you can't really see it because I put my face in it. We have second chances. Let's see. Make the first move. The shy one. And in the open, reversed. Things that were hidden. I don't know. It feels like there's something that this person doesn't want to come to the light. We're going to see, though. Because maybe that's not true. Maybe there's more. So let's see. Tell me about second chances. Second chance. Oh, there we go. The Magician. And the Death card. They've been working hard on change. They're not the same person. Tell me about second chances. And they still have a lot of feelings. Queen of Cups. They love you. They love you. So, tell me about the shy one. The shy one. Okay. Ooh. You probably miss them too, honestly. Queen of Swords and the Five of Cups. I feel like the quietness is their hesitancy because of whatever happened. They feel bad about what happened. And they're afraid. Everyone's kind of afraid of the Queen of Swords. Like, because the Queen of Swords is going to tell it like it is, and they know that's going to happen. And they might even be afraid that you will cut them off. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Five of Swords. Queen of Swords. Two of Swords. Yeah, they're not really sure what your reaction will be. And that there's a possibility that you will just walk away and not even hear them out. So tell me about truths revealed. Reversed. Truths revealed. Okay. Oof. I mean, truths revealed, reversed. They are very guarded. So what is it this person doesn't want Sag to know? What don't they want Sag to know? Has something to do with another relationship, perhaps. I mean, the Ten of Pentacles is here. They definitely ruined the relationship with you. Like, we have the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. They didn't put effort in. I really feel. Or they really couldn't put as much effort in as they wanted to, probably, too. It feels like there was a reason that they couldn't put the consistency in here. But I feel like they don't want to tell you the reason. That's what I feel. The Seven of Wands is here, which is very defensive energy, very guarded energy. There's something here, definitely, that they don't want to tell you. The Four of Cups, the Hermit, the Ten of Pentacles. Because I feel like their decision, most likely in the past, didn't just have to do with them. There were other people involved. Whether, you know, Ten of Pentacles can mean family. Or, you know, it can mean that they had another relationship that was committed. But they were obligated to something else, is basically what it's saying. So tell us about the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Oh boy. King of Cups. Whatever this is, Sag, because it's not telling me, okay? They're coming to you from a very mature place, okay, as the King of Cups. They're going to open up to you and tell you the truth. I feel like they're hoping that you'll have compassion. Oh, there's the Queen of Swords, the Five of Wands. Oh, skirt. The Hierophant. I think that eventually you do have compassion, because that's the Hierophant, definitely. They're a spiritual person. But not right away. Five of Wands. You guys are, and the Queen of Swords again, you're going to fight it out first. You know, that's a difference of opinion. And there's definitely, between you and this person, there's something very different between you. Like, perhaps what you feel spiritually, or the way you do things, is very different. And, you know, that can also translate into values. I don't really like to use that word, but it can. It can. So, okay, Sag. So if you're wanting to know more about this, including what's going to be taking place, what their next move is, and some of these other things, then check out the extended. But let's get a mantra. Oh, you know what? Let's get some advice from the I Do Not Care deck. What is the advice for Sagittarius? Advice. Oop. Jeez. Advice for Sagittarius. Oh boy. Do not regret anything. I really think it's telling you to take chance. There's so much pointing to take chances. This was reversed. It's I can only count on myself. So I do feel like if someone is trying to help you out and you say no because you don't want, it's very hard to accept help sometimes, you might regret it. So okay, what's the mantra? I am a light worker in disguise. I don't have to talk about it. I can just be it. Okay, okay. So that's what I have for you, Sag. I hope it really helps. Toodles.